In this video, you will learn how to complete the online registration for Metro Nashville Public Schools. On the welcome screen, it asks you to enter your first and last name. Enter your name and click Submit. This lists the information that you need to have ready to complete your application. Click Begin. The first tab is your household information. This is where you enter your home phone number. You only check this box if you don't want to receive any automated calls from the district or your child's school. If you do want to receive phone calls, you need to leave the box unchecked. Click Next. Next is the address. The first field is for the street number only. As you can see, once you start entering information, selections appear for addresses available. Prefix is if you have a direction listed before your street name. For example, if it was North Elm Street, you would put the north here. If it was Elm Street North, you would put the north here. I'm going to type the street name here. If you have an apartment number, it goes in this field. I see the street that I'm looking for, so I'm going to click this, and it automatically fills in the rest of the information. Proof of address is required for enrollment. You need to upload a proof of your residence here. Click this link. Choose a proof of address. It must be in your name and dated within the last 30 days. This could be a utility bill, lease contract, mortgage statement. If you download the wrong thing, you can click here to remove it and try again. Click Next. If you have a mailing address that's different from your primary address, you can uncheck this box and enter the information here. I do not have a mailing address, so I'm going to leave that checked and click Next. Migrant form has to be completed every year. You answer number 1 and number 2. If you answer yes to these questions, then you continue on to the rest of this tab. I answered no, so I'm going to click Next. Statement of residence. If you click anything other than home or apartment owned or rented by the parent or legal guardian, a different form will appear for you to fill out. I'm going to leave this checked because I have my own home, and I'm going to click Save. This is a message that helps guide you for the next section. This is where you want to enter parents or guardians, including yourself. So click OK. My name already carried over from where I started the application. I will fill in the rest of the information, my middle initial. If you have a junior or if you're a second or third, you enter that here for the suffix. Make sure your birth date's correct. Gender is required. And parent language. If you need a translator for district calls or any information coming home from your student's school, you would click this box. This is checked if you live at the address with the student. It's automatically checked when you get to this point, so if you do not live with the student, or if you're entering another parent that does not live with the student, you would uncheck that box. Photo ID is required for each parent, so you click here to upload your photo ID. Click Next. This is where you enter your contact information. Cell phone number goes in this box. Work phone if you have one. Your email address automatically comes in from where you began the application. These boxes are checked to show what information you want sent to you at this email address. I'm going to check all of the boxes. Any other phone number for you goes here, or secondary email. This is asking if you have any military connection. I'm going to say no and click Save. To add the other parent, if necessary, you click Add New Parent Guardian. This is where I'm going to enter the other parent. Middle initial, birth date, gender, parent language. He does live in the household, so I will leave this box checked. And I'll also need to upload his photo ID. Click Next. Enter that parent's phone number here. Any other information? If you enter an email here, these boxes appear for you to check or uncheck. You can say has no email if they do not have an email. Click Next. It asks the same question about the military. When you're finished, click Save. This shows you both parents or guardians that you've entered. If you want to review the information for each parent, you can click one of these and it will take you straight back where you entered the information. I'm going to click Save so I can continue. Emergency contact. This is where you enter grandmother, aunt, uncle, neighbor, anybody that you want to be contacted if the school has an emergency and you cannot be contacted. If they try to contact you and you're unavailable, this is where you add the next person to call. You click OK. Enter the first and last name, middle initial if you know it. Birth date if you know it. Gender is required. Click Next. Here's their cell phone number, home number. You want to enter that information so that the school can get a hold of them. Email if they have one. Save and continue. You can add another one, as many contacts as you need. You can edit and review just like the parents and guardians by clicking here. To move on, click Save and Continue. This is where you add your student. You click Add New Student. Legal first name and last name and middle name. You must add the name as it is listed on the birth certificate. First name goes here. Middle name. And last name. Suffix if necessary. You can enter a nickname here. Student email address if they have one. Gender is required. If the student was born in a country other than the United States, you must enter the date entered U.S. You can also then enter the date they first entered a U.S. school. Birth date is required. Home primary language. Grade level. The country where the student was born. City where the student was born. State where student was born. And county where the student was born. This is the maiden name of the mother. Student's birth certificate is a requirement also. Click here to upload your student's birth certificate. And click Next. Race and ethnicity must be entered here. These are required fields. You can click more than one box here if you need to. Click Next. These questions are required to have an answer. Does your student have a current IEP, 504 plan, gifted or talented services? Have they ever had EL services? Click Next. Home language survey. This is a federal requirement. Just answer each question. In some of these fields, you can enter more than one. If you have 2 languages spoken in the home, you can enter both languages. You can do that here as well. Enter what city and country your child was born. Did your child attend school outside of the U.S.? Some of these are only required if they attended a school outside of the U.S. Answer these as accurately as you can. This home language survey date is the day you fill out this screen. So I'm going to choose today. And I'm going to enter my name here because that's my signature for filling out this survey. Click Next when you're finished. This will tell you your zoned school for the grade level you selected. Click Next. This asks if your child has ever attended or is currently enrolled in another school. If you say yes, it'll ask you for that previous school's information. Next. This is the contacts that you entered for parents and guardians. You want to choose your relationship here for each person. These are automatically checked, so if you do not want access to some of these options, you can uncheck them. You also want to choose the order of contact. In this situation, I want to be contacted first and the child's father contacted second. Click Next. This is your emergency contact list. I'm going to say that this is the grandparent. She's third because the parents are first and second. Click Next. If there are any allergies or any medical conditions your child has, you want to enter the details here. Click Next. If the child takes medication that the school needs to be aware of, you'll add it here. I'm going to select no medications. Immunization record is required. This must be the Tennessee immunization form. The form has a place for the doctor to mark that the student also had a physical. Physical is also required. Click Next. If you have custody paperwork, those details must be entered here. We do require documentation of what you enter. So if you say here that you have custody, you have to click here to upload that document from the court. It has to have a judge's signature, and it has to have the student's name included with the details. Once you finish with this screen, click Save and Continue. Now you've finished entering one student. If you need to review or change anything, you click here. If you need to add another student, you click Add New Student. You can add all your children in the same application. You just click Add New Student each time. I don't have any more to enter, so I'm going to click Save and Continue. And I'm done. If you would like to print an application summary, you can do that by clicking here. This is everything that you entered. This is what the school will receive as well. I'm going to click Submit. It asks you if you're sure you want to submit. It says you will not be able to change anything once you click that button. Click Confirm. And it tells you you're finished. If you have any questions about this process, you can call your nearest enrollment center for more information.